Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. I'll never vote for another extension of the $300 a week. Folks, these aren't my words. These are the words of the conservative Democrat from West Virginia, Joe Manchin. Welcome to this episode of Ignition Time, where I give you the latest news that impacts the country, the economy, as well as our money. The Senate Democrat, Joe Manchin, said, I'll never vote for another extension as long as certain things are in place, and I'll get into that in just a second. He said there are millions of jobs in America that we can't fill right now. We need people to get back to work. Let's just jump right in. Let's start with this headline on your screen from a Politico article. You'll get the link to this article in the description section below. Senate Democrats are skeptical of extending the $300 a week unemployment boost beyond Labor Day this year. Senate Democrats are basically saying that they are unlikely to get enough support to extend this because of the weaker than anticipated jobs report that came out last Friday. Now, the ironic thing is that the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer did say at a press conference recently that there was, I quote, overwhelming support amongst Democrats to keep providing the additional money to existing unemployment insurance. But not every Democrat is on board after the weaker than expected jobs numbers last week. And the one I'm talking about is the one and only Joe Manchin, the conservative Democrat from West Virginia. Here's a quote from the moderate Democrat. I'll never vote for another extension as long as I know that with the vaccines, there's not an excuse for no one to be vaccinated. I understand there's millions of jobs in America that we can't fill right now, so we need people to get back to work. There's more and more people understanding they are in trouble. Basically saying that, hey, we need more people to get vaccinated, we need people to get back to work, and we should not extend the $300 a week unemployment insurance. And folks, it's very clear that the Republicans are not going to vote for an extension as well. And without the vote of the Senate Democrat Joe Manchin, it doesn't look like the Democrats are going to be able to pass the $300 a week unemployment booster beyond Labor Day this year. You've also heard me mention this on our channel. There are specific states that are doing away with the $300 a week booster. Montana, Nebraska, South Carolina, North Dakota, and even Arizona and other states are now saying, hey, we're simply not going to take the money from the federal government and pass it on by way of the $300 a week booster to our citizens, to our residents. So what is happening here is, even if the federal government decides or finds a way to extend the $300 a week, it looks like at the end of the day, more and more states are going to resist this in an effort to, I quote, get people back to work. In the meantime, Democrats are very clear about the fact that this is not discouraging people from getting back to work. Ron Wyden, who's a Democrat from Oregon, who's the chair of the Senate Finance Committee, said that there had been report after report indicating that it was not accurate that benefits discouraged work. Now, many Republican governors want to reduce benefits, like I mentioned, in an effort to get people back to work. However, there's been one study from Yale University. You'll see the headline of the Yale study on your screen right now. There's been one study from Yale University that found that there was no evidence that the initial $600 a week federal booster would discourage individuals from getting back to work, or that it encouraged people to stay home and not resume work. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Does the $300 a week booster discourage people from going back to work or not? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, like I mentioned, some Republican governors have already decided to end the $300 a week booster in their state. For example, in the state of Montana, the Republican governor Greg Gianforte said that he will end the participation of the state of Montana in the federal benefit program in the end of June. So what did a Democrat think about this? Here's a comment from Senator Jon Tester, who is a Democrat from the same state, from the state of Montana. And this is what he had to say about his governor's decision, the Republican Greg Gianforte's decision to end unemployment benefits. He said, I quote, I don't think that's unreasonable. That's what Jon Tester said. He said, but it's Montana. And I can tell you that if the same thing were to happen in Vermont or Nevada, we wouldn't know. So basically he's saying that, we don't know. It really depends on individual states. So folks, it's very clear that different states are approaching this a little differently based on the unemployment rate in that state and based on the local economy in that state. Let's take a look at the Senator Jeanne Shaheen, who's a Democrat from New Hampshire. She actually echoed the same sentiment, saying that in New Hampshire, the unemployment rate is pretty low at this point, and I quote, if that continues, it probably should not be extended. So you can start to see the whole concept of the $300 a week unemployment booster starting to lose steam. Folks, it's starting to lose steam amongst important Democrats, and specifically Joe Manchin, the conservative Democrat from West Virginia, basically flat out saying, hey, I'm not going to support it. What's more important is people should be vaccinated. People should be able to get back to work because positions are not being filled. I have done another video on our channel talking about labor shortages that are occurring nationwide in response to the $300 a week unemployment booster. I want to hear from you, my viewers and subscribers. Let me know in the comment section below whether you agree that the $300 a week booster is discouraging work or whether you disagree with the fact that it's discouraging work, because it's very clear that many Republican governors, many Republican government officials believe that the $300 a week unemployment booster, and now some Democrats believe that the $300 a week unemployment booster is not only not necessary, but could potentially be hindering people from getting back to work. What do you think? What position are you in? Are you on unemployment benefits right now? And if you are, you're getting the $300 a week booster, you should be getting it. Do you think that this is discouraging you from getting back to work? There is an income threshold. That income threshold is $32,000. Bloomberg reported that people who were originally making less than $32,000 prior to the pandemic are now doing better thanks to the unemployment benefits. And these individuals who are disproportionately in travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality could, I say could because every situation is different, these individuals could be disincentivized to go back to work. So, are you one of these individuals? Do you know someone who is in one of these industries, travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality, who is now using unemployment to essentially not work or essentially stay out of work? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate you watching. Please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications, because a lot of effort goes into the creation of these videos, the production of these videos, the sourcing of the news content. That Politico article that I mentioned at the start of this episode of Ignition Time, we'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below. So please make sure you check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Right here's my Twitter feed. You'll be able to see what I'm reading in real time. You'll be able to follow along with my tweets. And it's almost like having your own breaking news alert service. Thank you so much for watching. I want you to know I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.